Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca, everybody's favorite morning news show covering all the Barcelona headlines coming out of the Camp Nou. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the Undefeated channel. My friends, we've got some good stuff to talk about today. A lot of news, actually. We could talk about many things. If there we go, slideshow wants to work. We are going to discuss Alvaro Morata. All of a sudden, he's back on the transfer list. Vlahovic is pretty much done deal. Haven't got the let's go yet from Fabrizio Romano, but if that deal goes through, assuming it does, Morata is going to be back on the market, maybe coming to Barcelona. Speaking of transfers, Tagliafico has told his president that it is a dream move, chance of a lifetime, to come to Barcelona this January. He wants it to happen. Barca apparently want a loan. Ajax want a sale. We'll see. A lot of that is going to come down to Dembele. I wish we could go one episode without talking about Dembele, but it's not going to be this episode, all right? We will talk about Dembele, but we're going to start today's episode with talking about the injury update to Ansu Fati. He has elected to not undergo surgery, so we got to talk about what that means in terms of a timeline, what the potential outcome is. There's a lot to speculate on. So we will be talking about all this and more on today's episode of Wake Up in Barca. And for those of you that are just finding us for the first time, this is your invitation to join the Undefeated community. Come hang out with us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Talk about Barcelona news. Have a little bit of caffeine. Catch up with each other. Start our day in a positive way. And then come hang out for all of the Barcelona matches. I do live commentary. You get to participate in the chat with Culers from around the world as we cheer on the Blaugrana. Folks, before we get into the news for today, let's kick things off the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right. Good morning once again, my friends. Intro is off. Tweet has been sent. My mic did not... I did not turn off my mic this morning, so we're good to go. We are 3 for 3, and we're going to immediately jump over to the Twitterverse here, and we're going to talk about Ansu Fati. Injury update from Barcelona, being as vague as they possibly could. The first-team player, Ansu Fati, will follow a conservative recovery plan for the injury to the proximal tendon in his left hamstring. His recovery will dictate his return. That's what they always say at Barcelona. That's what they always say. The recovery will dictate the return. Duh. That's like saying it will be morning when the sun comes up. You you will be awake when your eyes open. Like, it's right. We get it. The plan that is suggested by Barcelona is to undergo surgery. That would put him out for 3 to 4 months. Ansu Fati has said no to that. He doesn't want to undergo surgery. He wants to do, as Barca said, a conservative treatment in hopes that he'll return in the next 8 to 10 weeks, cut some time off of that, and maybe come back for the end of the season. As much as I would love to have Ansu Fati back at the end of the season, I am so tired of the back and forth. I am so tired of the recurring injuries. Some of it is the whole team holistically, but Ansu Fati now in particular has had a number of injuries. So for me, I'm with the board. I'm with the doctors on this one. I'm saying surgery. I can kind of understand Ansu's approach, just given the timing of it. He kind of has like one more shot to do a conservative recovery, come back at the end of the season, and if it does flare up again, if his injury reoccurs, then he can have surgery over summer and won't miss a significant amount of time more than he would have. So I get that approach. At the same time, it's just frustrating. And I don't have a whole lot of faith that the conservative approach is going to work. If we look at a tweet from Barca Universal earlier, this is from Tente Sanchez, former Barcelona captain. He said, I almost had the same surgery as Ansu Fati has now, or same injury as Ansu Fati has now. I remember some Espanyol player was doing the same conservative treatment, and it never worked. He had to get surgery eventually. I got surgery when they told me it was the best option. So again, Surgery would put him out for an extra month, and it would guarantee he's not coming back this season. Conservative treatment, no surgery, means he could make it back for the end of the season. But for what? We're not playing for the Copa del Rey. Maybe there's a Europa final to come back to. Maybe we are still fighting off the opponents of the top 3-4 contention. But overall, just stop. Just take the rest of the season off. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I don't like this conservative treatment. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off. Get it done with. Okay? This season has been horrendous. There's been very little to get excited about. Just call it a wash. As long as Barcelona get in the top 3, we will forget about this season. Okay? Wash it off. And now, before we start talking about Dembele and whatnot, there's one more tweet that I want to show before I'll turn and catch up to the chat, say good morning to everybody. Troll Football, I love the account. Barcelona fans double standard. Dembele, injury prone, shit, get out of my club. Ansu Fati injured, poor guy, unlucky, injury spoiling next Messi. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny because it's a little bit true, but that's where it ends. It's a little bit true. Here's the difference, folks. For those of you that have been familiar with this channel, that have come and hung out for Wake Up in Barca, for the live streams, you've heard me now for as long as I have had this channel speak to the potential of Dembele. You've heard me defend him up and down, left and right, against Culers and others, saying that if and when Dembele is healthy, he can be top 3 in the world. He can be as good as Neymar. He can be as good as Mbappe. I've said those words this entire time. What's changed is the attitude. Dembele and his demands, acting like he's played the last 4.5 years, acting like he hasn't missed almost 50% of his matches, acting like he is Mbappe, acting like he is Neymar. This is not the time. All of our captains have taken pay cuts. All of our young superstars are signing contract extensions that defer their salary to later down the line so that Barca have wiggle room here in the now. And you come in with these demands? I hope Chelsea laughed you out of their office. That's my hope. I hope that you have to come back with your tails between your legs, like we're seeing here from Barca Center. Ousmane Dembele has requested a meeting with President Laporta to solve his future. The Frenchman wants to stay. Well, guess what, dude? That contract we offered you, gone. It's gone now. Gone. You don't get that anymore. Now you have to deal with whatever we want to offer you given these circumstances. Given that you just walked into Chelsea's office and probably got laughed at, and now you're coming back to Barcelona. No, I wanted to be here the whole time. Oh, I love Barcelona. Oh, Joan Laporta, please just keep me here. Not gonna fly, bro. Huge pay cut if Dembele wants to stay at this point. That's where I'll pause. I'm gonna turn to the chat, catch up with everybody. I apologize, I did not say my good mornings, but I was hung up on this Ansu Fati news. So to sum it up, Ansu Fati avoiding surgery, so he'll be out for 8 to 10 weeks instead of 3 to 4 months. If the injury occurs again, it's definitely surgery. I wish he would just do surgery now. Whatever. I'm not a doctor. Just get Ansu on the pitch. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, folks, let's see who we got in the stash squad today. Scroll up a little bit here. Andrew, hello. Hafif, Heine, Klops and Robbers. Right on, Klops and Robbers. You're becoming quite irregular here. You stupid. Good morning, sir. I saw that Julian Alvarez is going to Man City. So maybe we'll talk about that. There's a lot to talk about. We could also talk about the potential shirt sponsors for Barcelona if we get to it. That might have to wait for Friday. Rex, good morning. Prashanth, good morning. BJ, hello. I also saw Cesar Azpilicueta deal might be done, but that won't be happening. He won't be joining us till the summer. So we'll look into that too. We're going to talk transfers. We're going to talk about Morata. We're going to talk about Tagliafico. We're going to talk about potential center backs. I just don't know if we're going to get to all of it in today's episode. But between today and Friday, we're going to turn a lot of our attention to the transfer market since Barcelona won't be playing. Kudus, how you doing, sir? All right, let's get to some comments here. Heine says, surgery is the best option. I agree with you. Prashant says, Dembele, injured, no goals, constant drama, give me my money. Ansu, injured twice, scored goals, where's number 10, reduced salary to play for the club. Yes, Prashant, well done, sir. Good comment. Yusuf, hello. Listen, the talent for Dembele is there, but the attitude is gone. KN, good morning. Frank Kessié also on the short list. The summer signings I'm not going to talk about just yet. We'll scroll through at the end. We'll just scroll through Twitter and we'll do a little debrief on all those rumors. But Morata, Tagliafico might happen now. Might happen in January. So those are the two that I think I would like to focus on. Pancho, good morning. Connor, good morning, sir. Got a snow day today. Is it snowing out? Because, Connor, you're up in Columbus, right? I'm down in Cincinnati. I don't think we got any snow, though. So what do we think on the Ansu Fati injury treatment? Should he just undergo surgery, just be done with it, or are we happy that he might come back at the end of the season? I can't tell the future, but if we're still in a race for the top 3-4 spots in Barcelona and he comes back for the last, 3 matches and helps us get over that hump, I think everyone would be okay with that. You Stupid says, I see people hating on Sule, but I know one thing, he won't duck under the ball when it flies in on a cross. Fair. I don't think Sule quite fits the Barcelona mold. I think Christensen would be closer, but I actually have I'm a little bit skeptical about both of them, I would say. I would much rather have Rudiger. Azpilicueta, I think, will bring... he'll bring a champion's mentality. He'll bring a lot of experience. He'll be able to merge some of the Spanish with the Barcelona tactics. So I think it'll be good. Oh, Connor says there was a wind chill and power outages. Right on. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get you a day off. Sankalp, good morning. How are you today? KN1 asks, do you think Morata will help? And if Morata comes, will it be our front three? Probably. Let's jump over and we'll talk about Morata next. So Morata's environment understands the operation to Barcelona is hot and believes the deal is possible. It is key for Juventus to sign Vlahovic first. That's from Rashad Rahman. Oh, is that a fake one? No, that's good. We're all right. Didn't have a blue check, so I was worried for a second, but we're good. I've been burned before. I've been burned by the fake counts before. Anyway, Morata's all over the place for Barcelona. We can just search him on Twitter. I think he was even trending. Juventus and Atletico have given the okay to Morata's move to Barcelona. Xavi, this is Barca Universal, our buddies over there. Xavi says Xavi doesn't fully trust Memphis Depay or Luke de Jong. That's why he's pushing so hard for Alvaro Morata. I think he does. Well, I don't know. He'll get a chance. He'll get a chance to start. Not right away. He'll have to come off the bench once or twice. But if Dembele, let's say Dembele stays in the stands, Ansu's out, we'll have Memphis, we'll have Torres. Yeah, I think he does actually. He'd probably start over De Jong. He'd probably start over Abde, over Jukla. Goatweight might have something to say about it. That'll be very interesting, actually. If we do bring on Morata, between Morata, De Jong, and Goatweight, between Morata, De Goat, and Goatweight, it'll be kind of interesting. That might be enough motivation to keep everybody going. And between the three of them, we get enough goals to keep us in the top 3 this season. What do we think? Which, by the way, yes, so I'm seeing in the chat the update from Vlahovic. Vlahovic deal to Juventus is just about done. Let's go... No, that's not how you spell it. We'll go Vlahovic. $75 million deal to sign Vlahovic from Fiorentina. That was 21 hours ago. Here's Romano. Juventus and Fiorentina have agreed. No loan with buy option. It's a permanent transfer. He's going to make $7 million a year. So this is all but done. So now that Juventus have Vlahovic, that Morata deal can move. We don't have a lot of time, you guys. We've got 3 business days, 4 if you include today, before the window closes. So we got to make moves. Got to make moves happen. The other possibility, as I mentioned at the top of the episode, is Tagliafico. We might get both. It depends on what happens with Dembele. We have to get him off the books if we want to make this happen. But it could be the case that we get Morata, and then we have Morata, Luke de Goat, and Goatwait all rotating in that number 9 spot. And then we can bring in Tagliafico, who probably would not immediately start over Jordi Alba, but boy, would he give him some trouble in terms of keeping his starting role. Tagliafico, coming from Ajax, a regular for Argentina, and it's his dream to come play for Barcelona. He told the board it's the chance of his life. I want players that have that attitude. Dembele can kick rocks. If you don't want to be here, kick rocks. If you think that you deserve that type of money after missing 50% of the matches over the last 4.5 years, and we are in a financial crisis, and you come in with those demands, get out. Get out. I want a guy like Tagliafico who says, it's a chance of a life, just get me there. That's what I'm looking for, folks. What do you think? If we could only sign one, Morata or Tagliafico, which would you rather see? What do we think? Turn to the chat and get some reactions here. Georgie says, I really, really don't want Morata. Tell me why, Georgie. I'm probably going to agree with some of your thoughts. Tell me why you don't want Morata here. Sankop says we could rather spend that $40 million on Adeyemi. Adeyemi wants to go to Dortmund. That's his desire right now. Ovi, good morning to you. Get out of here. Ronaldo is not coming to Barcelona. They would have to take his statue down if that were the case. Afif says we should get a 6-month loan, not a permanent transfer for Morata. Problem is, I don't know if Atletico are gonna be down with that. I think Atletico, because essentially they have to cancel the loan to Juventus, bring him back to Atletico, then get him to Barcelona. And I don't think Atletico would want to loan him to us. That wouldn't necessarily be in their favor. You stupid, rather have Tagliafico. I think that's where I'm at with this. Because Goatwait is back, because Luke de Goat, respect, because Luke de Goat is outperforming expectations, I think for the second half of the season, we can get away without signing a number 9. We have to sign somebody for next season, but for the rest of this season, I think we can get away with it not signing a number 9. I'd love to see another left back come in, though. What happens if Jordi Alba gets injured? Not even talking about his performance. What happens if Jordi Alba gets injured? Okay? So we need to have another left back option. So that's why I think Tagliafico, for me, would be the priority, but it is what it is. Sankop says Greasy better than Morata. Yeah. If you remove the transfer fee, the and the pressure and the expectations that come with Griezmann on the pitch, I would rather have Griezmann than Morata. Sure, I can get behind that. Ovi says Coutinho also said it was his dream to play for Barca. Does he fit our system? Gotcha. Okay. Tagliafico, I think, could. Left back is a lot easier to fit in the system than an attacking midfielder because we actually play with a left back. We don't play with a number 10. So for Coutinho, that's just... It's a bummer it didn't work out. I would have loved to see him have some success for the Blaugrana. No, Kudus. No, I didn't say I wanted Greasy back. He's not on the short list. I don't want him. Messi wanted Tagliafico 4 years ago. I'm sure. He's been on the short list, I think, for some time now. Afif says Bayern confirmed that Sule is leaving. Sule, Christensen are potentially both going to be available for free this summer. Also, Kessié. We can take a little look at Kessié, and then maybe we'll take a look at some center backs. Here we go. Talk FCB, everybody's favorite. These are some free players we could get this summer. Mazraoui, that is right back for Ajax. Azpilicueta, Christensen, center backs at Chelsea. Kessié, defensive mid, box to box, but more of a defensive mid, double pivot. He's going to be free coming from Milan. Very interesting stuff. And even if we picked up all these players, Mazraoui, Christensen, Kessié, because we're getting them for free, if they don't work out, we can still sell them for some value. Azpilicueta really wouldn't. His next move is either going to be to China or the MLS after Barcelona. But interesting. It's very interesting to see who we might be able to get for free. We did a pretty good job this summer of bringing in free signings. Not all of them have worked out, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Tom Shea says, why are we going for Morata? He needs like 5 chances to score 1 goal. Depay and Ferran are better. I agree. I'm not pushing for the Morata deal. I'd be very curious to see how he performs if he does come. But every time Luke de Goat put one in the back of the net, I'm more and more of a fan. Just the way that we're playing right now, our inability to create chances means that we have to have a big, tall number 9, like Luke de Goat, to lob the ball into. We just got to get better service to him. So, and that's for this year, okay? I'm not sitting here saying that is long-term solution. I'm not sitting here saying that's the Barcelona I want to see. I'm being realistic about the here and now. I would rather not bring in anybody, struggle through the rest of the season, but save every dollar that we can for Haaland. That would be my approach. Save every dollar. Georgie says, Kessié interest is a response to Busquets' poor performances. It could also be because of Frankie de Jong. Kessié is very similar in style, very similar in stature. And so I would be a little bit worried. If Barcelona did bring in Kessié, I would be a little bit concerned. I think Ricky Puig and Roberto would definitely be out if Kessié came in, because then we would have Busquets, Nico, Gavi, Pedri, De Jong, Kessié. That's plenty. That's plenty of midfielders. What else we got here? You Stupid says, Kessié is good. You have people talking about he doesn't fit our style. The man gobbles up attacks. He's a poor man's Vieira. Love to see it. Just because he doesn't fit our style doesn't mean he can't come in. Think about Javier Mascherano. Not a single one of you, not a one, would have gone, yep, Javier Mascherano playing at Liverpool, center defensive mid. That's our next center back at Barcelona. He's gonna get us trophies. Nobody would have said that. But Javier Mascherano, one of the best Barcelona defenders to come over. True spirit, true grit. So I'm just saying, sometimes you think somebody doesn't fit the mold, but it's exactly what Barcelona need. You got to have those types of players. Haaland or broke. I'm with you on that one, Pancho. Ovi says, even Luke is playing good. I just want a player who can give it there 100% on the pitch. Agreed. The attitude and the effort has to be there for Barcelona. San Curioso says, Luke is doing aight. I ride the wave. Ride the wave as long as we can. He's a good outlet when we're pinned back defensively. We can lob it up top to him. He's been getting to those balls. We got to give him better service, like I mentioned. Better service in the box, and I think Luke can do some good for us. Kuda says, short-term struggle should equal long-term success. Well, if you're not the Cleveland Browns, long-term struggle and pain. Man, dumping on the Browns, bro. Hurtful. William, how we doing? Good morning. Says, what do you think if Morata will join Barcelona? That's what we've been talking about. I'm not super excited about it. I'm not going to sit here and say that it won't be successful in terms of just, if he comes, will he score some goals? Probably. You got to think what our aim is for this year. Top 3, Europa League. Copa is out. Champions League is out. So top 3, Europa League. That's what we're looking at right now. And I think Morata is good enough to get us there. But will he make a huge difference? Probably not. Songhouse so we can says we can get Dybala for free in the summer. I think his is. I feel like Dybala has one more year on his contract. Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong about that. Let's see here. Dybala. Wonder if we'll get anything about his contract. We can just do this. Dybala contract. Oh, Dybala are set to extend. Blah blah blah. Fixed soon. Current deal expires in June 2020. You are correct. I thought he had one more year on his contract. That would be pretty interesting. I feel like Juventus are going to renew, particularly with that Vlahovic deal. That's pretty exciting. So we'll see. We'll see. Boom, 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 boom. What else, folks? What we got going on? What else did I say we were going to talk about? I think that was just about it. We talked about Ansu Fati. We talked about Tagliafico. We talked about Morata. We talked about Kessié. What else? We'll take a look at Barcelona's upcoming fixtures as well. Georgie says, all these free transfers lets you know we're going to splash cash on a particular striker from Bundesliga. We're going to try. We are going to try. And now that Vlahovic, which was going to be a backup for Haaland or an alternative, a plan B, now that he's gobbled up at Juventus, more than ever, we got to go all out for Haaland. Has to happen. BJ says, Morata is great in everything except finishing. He's good in link up with other players. Maybe Brozovic is more suited to Barca than Kessié. Fair shout. I think Kessié gives us a little bit more on the defensive side of things. Brozovic, very good player. Croatian international, been playing at Inter for a while now. Very clever in the midfield, and I would not hate having him. That's totally fine. Let's see here. Samkalp says, my targets would be Mazraoui, Azpilicueta, Kessié, or Zakaria, Haaland, and Dybala in the summer if I were Laporta. I'd actually be a little bit hesitant to bring in Dybala. He's pretty much an Italian Coutinho. Nope, excuse me, Argentinian Coutinho. He plays in Italy. He plays in Italy, but he's Argentinian. Dybala, for me, very talented player. But I see him suffering the same fate as Coutinho. So, if he comes for free, okay, I'd be hesitant. KN1 says, would take Dybala for free or Felix as a center forward if we miss out on Haaland and then use the money for a defender. We are going to need at least one more center back. Araujo is the center back of the future, and then it's a question of who's going to be next. It could be Eric. Langley will probably be our third center back for the future. If Eric Garcia doesn't work out, we do have to look to the transfer market. Christensen's a possibility. Sule is a possibility. De Ligt over at Juventus is still a possibility as well. Kuda says, classic quote, best defense is an unstoppable offense. Yeah, we're not going to have to play too much defense if we get Haaland. That's going to be an incredible front three for us. Would love to see it. William asks, if Dembele leaves from Barcelona, Anthony is preferred his replacement, I guess. What about you? Anthony. Anthony? Which Anthony are you talking about? You're talking about Martial? I might be having a brain fart here. Yeah, are you talking about Martial? Because he just went to Sevilla. Anyway, I think that is going to just about do it for today, folks. I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with me today on Wake Up in Barca. We are here live covering the Barcelona news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. We're going to be covering all the Barcelona matches throughout the season. We do have a lot coming up in February, actually. Let me just bring these up. We'll jump over real quick. Barcelona Fixtures. This is what our upcoming month looks like, folks. And once again, we are going to be live for all of these matches. We've got Atletico Madrid, Sunday, February 6th. A chance for Barcelona to get back into Champions League contention. Let's go. Win here puts us into 4. If we win our match in hand, that'll get us above Betis into top 3. That's what we need. That's what we're looking for. Continuing on, we got bitter rivals Espanyol after that. And then we have Europa League action. But in between that Europa League tie, we do have Valencia. Very tough month. Not make or break. We can still recover even if we stumble through some of these matches. But this one right here coming up Sunday, February 6th, that's huge. Huge, folks. All right? We've got plenty of episodes of Wake Up in Barca before that. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come hang out with the Stash Squad. Have some caffeine. Start your day. What's up next then? So Friday. Friday, we'll probably talk about potential kit sponsors. We'll take a look at more transfer rumors. We'll probably have a Dembele update. Whatever other news comes up, we'll be here live Friday, and we'll talk about that and more on Wake Up in Barca. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see y'all next time.